Hi Scorpio, welcome to your 2026 read. So like the video, comment, hype it if you want, donate a super chat, whatever. So if you want your 2026 personal, because this is an awesome read as a collective general, it is half price at the time of this video going up. It might change over the year. But if you want the deal, it's available below. Like the video, comment, all of that, it really does help, please. Okay, so we've got a brand new deck for the 2026 reads, and it's been a while, so I think you're gonna love this. Okay, so what is the general energy? Ooh, so can you see? Right, and I'm not going to change that because I feel like there's a reason. So what I'm getting here is for use in 2026, I kind of got a frazzled energy. So this can be anxiety, it can be just kind of clumsy, triggered energy. It can also be a person who's just got a lot going on and their energy's kind of scattered and all over the place. So just be aware of that, okay? Sometimes we do it to ourselves. We do create that kind of energy, right? We create that kind of frazzled energy. And I feel like a message here is try this year to kind of calm yourself, ground yourself. Because sometimes we are creating the stress response, we are creating the anxiety. You know, people say I'm really anxious. It's like, yeah, but what are you doing to make yourself anxious? You know, maybe you're drinking too much caffeine. Maybe there is a message this year about a state of chaos or a person who's creating chaos. That could be Scorpio, or it can be the people you're connected to. Alcohol would be a big one as well. You've got this Nine of Cups. And for the Scorpio woman, I feel like this is a man who this person is just bad for you. He's bad for your body. He's bad for your nerves are all over the place. Maybe you're stressed about the connection. It's just kind of like a stressful energy. Maybe you're waiting on a commitment from this masculine and it's just not happening. Okay? So again, but that is also self-inflicted. Self-inflicted is where you keep trying to chase a person who is bringing chaos into your life, etc. Alcohol, too much partying. Okay. For the Scorpio woman though, this year it's a masculine, and I feel like this guy's just a playboy. He loves to party, he loves different women. See the look on his face, like this person is just a very selfish person. He's just gonna play you, and he's just gonna waste your time. So let's. Can you just give me one card for the energy of the year though? Yeah, Queen of Cups reversed. So this is refusing to sit around and be passive, refusing to sit and be blocked emotionally, refusing to just be passive. See, the Queen of Cups is someone who the world is doing what it's doing and she's just being passive, right? Or it can be a masculine who she's brooding over, she's waiting on, he's playing all kinds of games. Don't do that this year. Okay, for the Scorpio man, this could be your energy. So, but I feel like this person is doing it from a traumatized place. So the reason that they're drinking so much or partying so much, or this can be the way he treats women, it's coming from a wounded place. It's coming from like an ex, a breakup, or just something you've been through, and it's coming from a wounded place. It's not going to bring good things in the end. The other side of the coin is sometimes we do need to go through a bit of a messed up phase to correct ourselves. So this is just general guidance, but a big message this year is to be out there. Now, I feel like this is good for the Scorpios who've been in long-lasting relationships, or they've kind of been isolated. It is going to be more of a year of celebration, partying, connection, trying it and then worrying about it later. Okay, like going out there dating and see what happens, instead of being in your head or being, you know, sitting isolated and overthinking. It's a good year for that. It's a good year to just be out there, meeting new people, traveling, having fun. Just be careful with self-damage and damage of other people. There's a difference between having fun and living our life and then basically running over people and not thinking about what we're doing and how that hurts other people and ourselves. So it's good for that though, especially for Scorpios who want to travel, get out of a rut, want to be free, want to meet new people. It's a good year for that. Okay, external influences for Scorpio in 2026. So you got acid communism. So people who are different. So this can be people who follow different political beliefs, or it can be people who don't agree with us in some kind of way. And the Ace of Wands, you do need to be aware of this, because this can be anger, it can be aggression, it can be violence. I do think we're going to see all that anyway. You're already seeing it. So where people just don't like you because you have different beliefs, people don't like you because you're from a different country, we're seeing that anyway. You know, people like this are idiotic, right? I mean, they're not to be taken seriously. I'm sorry, but it's like kids in the schoolyard. They're not to be taken seriously. But I would say that for the Scorpios, who you're about all people, you like to explore, you like different cultures, you're open-minded, you know who you are, you know what you stand for, but you're still able to respect other people and what they stand for. It's going to be a great year. Externally, it is about being aware, because some of you Scorpios are going to be in key environments where you're going to see more uprising, more conflict, more violence. So yes, I mean, don't walk around blind, pay attention, you know, but don't let it scare you, you know, don't feed it. Okay, so what is the self-sabotage for Scorpios this year? King of Cups reversed. Okay, so there is a strong point to be made here with this. The King of Cups upright and the Queen of Cups upright are people who reflect. They take some time for reflection, because reflection is not bad. Being passive is not bad. But too much reflection is bad, and too little reflection is bad. And we've got the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed. So what this actually means is there is a sense here of doing things without thinking of the consequences. There is a sense here of putting yourself in situations where you're not really thinking it through. This is where we drink a little bit too much and we're not really thinking about there's going to be a price for that down the road. This is where we're spending on our credit card. Okay, so I would say it's good to be, I just feel like Scorpios like really want to be out there, they really want to be living. This can also be where you're running your mouth. You've got certain beliefs, you know, this could lead to fights, it could lead to, and if you're willing to pay that price, that's fine. But think it through. There's plenty of people out here who don't care. They believe what they believe, they stand for what they stand for, they'll die for it, they don't care. But these are not reckless people, these are people who've committed to that. 2026, I think it's really about there will be consequences for your choices. There will be consequences for your actions. So think it through and be smart. Okay? It could also just be 2026 is a year of a lot of activity. So there's a lot of action, there's a lot of stuff to do. But take time for you, take time to reflect, take time to regroup, okay? Good things that are coming for Scorpio, please. Good things that are coming for Scorpio. King of Swords reversed. Okay, so this can be people who actively seek to cause damage to us. And I feel like, especially if you're like an activist or you're somebody who stands up to things, this can be people who do you wrong get their karma, so they get their justice is served. So I think really this year it's about standing up for what you believe in, standing up respectfully, being mature, and then there's something about basically other people being corrected because they're bad actors, right? So this is good if you're a lawyer, or it's good if you're someone who you work in activism or certain causes. I think it's good. You're combative. You're not weak. but you're also smart. You're not running your mouth, you're not overreacting, you're not committing acts of violence. You're smart. For the Scorpio woman, I feel like there's someone who did bad to you, and I feel like this person is going to get their karma. So this King of Swords reverse, good things that are coming for you is that you hear something about somebody who did, maybe they hurt you or they just did bad things to you. I feel like karma is served this year. Okay. What are things that Scorpio needs to be aware of in 2026? Two of Swords reversed. So I feel like this is leading down the theme of, and then I also feel like this is people who are fearless. So for Scorpios who are taking on causes, or this can be where people try to use intimidation tactics, it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is where people try to manipulate our emotions or keep us trapped or keep us stuck. It ain't working. Okay? There's a kind of strength, there's a composure, there's a, especially if you, like I said, if you're somebody who, because that's the world we live in now, right? If you say anything, if you contest anything, people are looking to cause damage, right? It's water off a duck's back. It's composed, it's solid, it's sticking, you know, so that's really good. I feel like this year, things to be aware of is the government, religious institutes, people of power, the world, where the world is going, the Seven of Wands. It kind of really is about our words carry weight now, and we're no longer in times where you could say certain things and it was kind of brushed off. It's like everyone's got an axe to grind over even the smallest of things. People are religiously sensitive, culturally sensitive, right? Which is fine. Some people don't care. Look at Ricky Gervais. I'm not sure what star sign he is, but he's so funny. I really, really like Ricky Gervais. Because he just doesn't care. And he knows there's consequences. He's not a dumb man. He knows there's consequences. He doesn't care. You know, he's going to stand on business. He knows what he believes in. You're not going to bully him. You're not going to make him say something he doesn't want to say. Right? But for those who don't want the consequences, be careful with what you're saying and what you're doing, because we're in that time, okay? Good things coming for you is if you are someone who is committed to, you know, certain causes, you are someone who holds a great deal of power. You are somebody who, through your energy, through your aura, through your combativeness, you're not going to be in submission this year. So it's good. You know, we need fighters in this world. We need people who stand up, but stand up in the right way. There's people who preach change, and then there's people who actually want change. They're doing it for the right reasons. They're not doing it from the ego. They're not doing it to be right. They're doing it to make things better. And so some of you Scorpios, you're in a line of work where you are doing it from the right place and you're doing it in the right way. And I feel like God is kind of on your side and things really are working out for you. Okay? There's kind of like, I feel like what I want to say to Scorpio this year is there's kind of like a fearlessness. There's a fearlessness. There's a kind of, and there's also a, you're not manipulating me. You're not wasting me time. You're not making me say things I don't want to say. No. There's a standard on business. There's a solid energy about Scorpio this year. Some of you who've kind of been living in excuses and you've been living in stagnation, you're done. You're done. Some of you had someone who's coming in and out of your life, you're done. You're just not wasting time no more. Two of Cups reversed. Okay, what about health this year for Scorpio, please? Okay, so we got the Hangman reversed. So this year for you, your health is going to be better if you're active. The more, some of you could start the gym. Some of you could start really getting into your fitness, or you really start getting into a hobby. Knight of Wands. So the more health is going to be good this year. Knight of Wands is movement, action, investing in your health. Could be walking, could be running, could be the gym, whatever. But the more that you're out and about, And the more that you're active, the better you're going to be. And there is, with this King of Cups reversed and with this Queen of Cups reversed, there's a sense this year that Scorpio wants to take on causes. They want to be active. They want to have fun, excitement, adventure, travel, all this type of stuff. What about career? Knight of Swords. So like I said, it could be that you're in a career to which there's something you do that rubs other people up the wrong way. And it could be that these people come after you. So sometimes, you know, it's not us doing the pursuing. Sometimes we're in a career and we're doing what we're doing, but some people just don't like that. And they're going to come after us. They're coming after our reputation. They're coming after our job. They're coming after... But again, I feel like this person who attacks you is going to make a show of themselves. So I'm not going to say any names, but recently there was a person and they attacked like a prominent journalist. This person is a decent person. They're not a typical journalist. Like, this is someone who they know what they're talking about. They've done it for years. They're very educated. They've travelled. They're not egotistical. Everyone's got a bit of an ego. He's kind of a quirky personality. And this other person who's a bully decided to take this person on. It didn't end well. And it didn't end well because the person who took this person on thought that this person was an idiot. Right? A pushover. And I feel like there's another message for you this year, that those people who thought they could push you over, those people who thought that they could run all over you, are going to learn hard this year. That ain't happening this year. Those people who used to manipulate your emotions, come in and out of your life, not this year. Okay? If people want to take on your business, if they want to challenge your job, if they want to... Okay? Iron Tight is the name for you this year. Okay, so what about family, please? Nine of Wands reversed. Family could be good this year. And again, I think it also comes down to any family to which you just don't feel that connection won't really get your time. The Wheel of Fortune is time, it's a clock. You won't, maybe you'll get rid of them out of your life. Maybe you won't travel to see them. Maybe you just won't give them your time. Okay? Okay. I heard tired of bringing me down. So maybe you've got family who just like, they've just committed to bringing you down and you're sick of being around those type of people. What are things that Scorpio cannot change about 2026? Can you make it up? Can you make it up? You might want to watch Leo's read. Also remember, if you watch your other signs, so Moon Ascendant, that'll really help. The Earth, the conflict, you're going to see. I do need to point this out to you as it's really important. You can just be minding your own business. You ain't doing nothing to nobody. You know, you could be wearing blue that day and someone's offended because you're wearing the colour blue. That's where we are, right? So we laugh about it, but it's not funny, you know? And so, so it's really about as well, you're not allowing people to project, you're not allowing people to make you feel fear, you're living as your authentic self. What you cannot change though, is this. And this is remain true to the earth. The people who are selling out, the people who are becoming inhuman, the conflict, the way people are. And I love this new deck. It's the Philosopher's Tarot. And, you know, it really reflects modern times, which is, you know, what you can't change is people who are at conflict with themselves, people who want to destroy the world, people who, the collective consciousness, you know? It's not your job to, and I do think that's the message here, like, Scorpio is someone who absorbs, like, you can sense a lot, you know? But I feel like this year you're going to stand up for yourself, you're going to live authentically, and you're not going to allow people to project onto you or try to bully or dominate. It's like, no. But you do need to be smart. And I don't know, there's just kind of, Scorpio is in an energy this year where, and maybe you're not in this energy and this is the message. The message is get active, get out there, be unapologetically you. And if people do try to challenge you, or you're in a good position this year, because you've also got this, see the way this is all reversed? What you do need to be careful of, though, is your own problem. You have certain beliefs, certain values, and other people have certain beliefs and certain values. And you can still remain true to yourself while allowing other people to remain true to themselves. There doesn't have to be a war. So one thing I think you need to be careful of this year is a lack of balance in yourself, where you are projecting onto other people what they should believe, what they should, that's not your, no. Do you, remain true to you, and have respect for other people, and also just be aware, and don't go arguing with stupid people, because then you'll end up in a stupid life, you know. So I feel like this year can, but there's there's so much that's coming out here. Some of you are going to travel, you're going to become podcasters, you're gonna be doing interviews, people are going to come at you, but you just kind of, it's water off a duck's back, you're not sensitive, and some of you, I think you're prominent people, and stupid people are going to try to take you on, and it's just like, okay, you know, and it's going to be a mistake, you know. And yes, don't let anyone come into your life, don't let anybody try to browbeat you or force you into submission. Don't allow anybody to walk all over you and just get away with it. Don't go looking for fights, but if one starts, don't back down, you know, because I feel like we live in a world now full of bullies, literally, you know. But I also, moving away from this, I think 2026 can be a beautiful year for you. If you're strong, you're confident, you're out there, you're taking action, there's some kind of business that you want to start, you're done with kind of energy drainers and negative people, and you know, you're done with allowing the fear mongering in the world to stop you. This can be where people talk about certain countries and so people don't go there. You don't care. If they say don't go to Morocco, you're going to Morocco. You're just going to do it, you know? And you just want to live this year, and you want to nourish yourself, and you want to see for yourself. And I think it's going to be epic. I really do. But some of you need to be careful, because Scorpio can be an extremely dark sign. And so when you get ideas in your head, or if you step into your dark self, you can end up in some serious problems, okay? Remember, if you know, in the Bible, what does it say? Treat people as you would want to be treated. Respect people. That's, you know, I feel like a lot of people are losing that, you know, and it's not always easy. And another message was about, you know, sometimes people are completely different to us, and the best thing we can do is stay completely away from them. Just don't engage with them, don't interact with them, don't speak to them, because there is a lot of people out here who are just looking for a fight. And if you want to have a beautiful year full of awesome ideas and nourishment, you're not going to find it with those people. They're committed to absolute destruction of self and the collective. Stay away from them. If they keep etching in your life, absolutely destroy them, but smartly. Okay? So I wasn't expecting to do that read, but that's where we went. Okay, like the video, comment if you want to book your own, check it out below. Have a great year, and I'll speak to you soon.